watching these or if they do know about it. But I'm just going to go through real quick. And I'm new at this, so I'm just going to show you some of the things that I like doing. My buddy mine was telling me about loot boxes, how people like to watch those be opened. I haven't really been doing that. However, I don't have any right now. I have to get a couple because I've been just killing and opening stuff. But I'm also not that high up. I have a buddy that's pretty much unlocked everything. So I get that people want to see that stuff. But like for instance with my Hanzo, pretty much I got the stuff that I want. I have them set on, but I got things like this. Young Hanzo where he's got that. I just haven't bought things like the Young Master. I didn't get a chance to get Demon because when stuff like that's out and it's got a symbol, you get a certain amount of time to get it during those events or holiday stuff like Halloween. I really was hoping to get that one, but the cards just weren't in and I didn't play enough. I didn't get stuff like that because pretty much that's not my style right there. That's just weird. I don't like it. But different styles for everybody. I mean, I actually like this one, but during the Omnix Crisis stuff, the event, I just didn't, get a chance to get it. Other than that, you got your emotes, which, let you do things like brush your shoulder, chuckle, meditate. I haven't got other things. I like to meditate because, you want to look chill when you're Hanzo before you go out into battle. Especially if you're facing off with somebody like Genji, which I've watched the videos to some of these things for Overwatch, and it's amazing that they've never made any movies. Like, I'm dying to see an Overwatch movie. I've seen shorts, which are amazing, but it just does not satisfy the urge to want to see an actual movie. Like the backstory and present stories, or even, backstory of how everything became illegal for them, to where they can't even be together anymore as a team because they're outlawed. All this stuff, like, I just want to see everything, and, like, it's awesome to see some of that backstory, but that leads into why, like, I do stuff like this, to meditate, and the whole thing between, Hanzo just being a badass. I love Hanzo. He's amazing to have on any team, I think, no matter if it's defend or attack. It's just, he's awesome. As long as you know how to use him. Granted, up close, you're going to get murdered if you are not good at jumping or striking with your hand or aiming real quick with an arrow off short, draw. But at the same time, it's a sacrifice you got to make when you want to be a beast. And then you got other things like the victory poses. Pretty much I just got the confident or the over his shoulders. I didn't put the kneeling because I really don't care. I didn't get the rest in peace. I have some of the other ones rest in pieces, but it's not really that great. It's a grave with their stuff or a hand out of it or something like that. So it's not my thing. You got their voice lines, which are amazing when you want to talk shit sometimes to players if you put it out right. But it's just all about how you want to play the game.
There is beauty.
Like this, Hanzo's pretty much, this humble master that can pretty much kick your ass. So I just do stuff like that. And then you got their sprays if you want to spray on the wall. I like this one because if you're paired up with Genji, Genji has the other piece to the Yang symbol because they're brothers. So you can always just, pair that up and just pwn people. You got highlight intros right here, which I did. My aim is true. I've also done the backflip, which is pretty tight. Superior, not really that great. It's just staring at you pretty much. And then you got your weapon, which I have not done yet because I do not have the 3000. I have pretty much slacked off in my competition stuff. But you can make a weapon gold, which pretty much symbolizes, hey, you played a bunch of competition. Now, that does not make you a badass. Just because you have a gold weapon does not mean I won't kill you. Even if I don't have a gold weapon, I can still kill you. I could kill you a bunch. You could probably get pwned. It does not mean you're bad. It just means you played this stuff for a really long time. Now, if you're playing, in the gaming tournaments, around the world, and you're like top dog, then yeah, you're probably badass, and you're probably going to kill me, and you might have that gold weapon. But guess what? Not every pro, or even great player, has a gold weapon. It just is a cool looking thing. That's it. So other than that, guys, on the hero gallery stuff, you have your social, which is your friends or your groups, and then you got your recent players. But then on top of that, besides your recent players, you got your career profile, which is what you can choose your emblem for your character. You can look at your overview, which I mean, granted, my Hanzo, I've got 12 hours on Hanzo alone because I like Hanzo. He's really awesome. Um, but pretty much you can see the breakdown of everything else, like how much time I put into every other character, which, I mean, I haven't put a lot of time into every other character, because I don't like every other character. I'm like, Orisa, really haven't played a bunch of. Lucio, I'm not a healer, really, so I tend to stay away from the healers, because I'm not great with them, especially Lucio. Lucio pretty much is a perimeter, like, a proximity healer. If you're available, you're good. But he's not that great, I don't think, unless you're in areas where there's, drops or cliffs or anything like that, because then he can just blast you off that bitch. But at the same time, what's going on here? I think I hear people talking. Anyways, guys, um, there's other stuff. And check your statistics, see for all your heroes, or you could just check specific heroes. Like I said, I like Hanzo, so let's take it. I got 36 games won with the dude, 12 hours played. I've done almost 500,000 in damage. My average damage is close to 4,500. My damage done most in a game is 12,000. Damage done most in one life is a little over 6,500. I've had 508 deaths, so he's pretty hard to play, especially if you got a tracer in there. My deaths pretty much, on average, is about 5. My eliminations are 1,032, stuff like that. But, like, it's always cool to take a look at what you got. I mean, objective time sucks. I have, like, totally sucked ass when it comes to objective time because I'm normally away from the point. My solo kills, it's not bad. 325 out of the 12 hours I played with him isn't bad. But there's probably other people that's got way better stuff. I mean, even look at Dragon Strikes. My Dragon Strikes kills, I've got 168 of them, but the most I've ever done in a game is 7, which if you think about it, depending on the map, that's not even that great. I mean, especially if you're in maps where it's like confined corridor where the point is, and they all want to group up because honestly they're being idiots and they're like, hey, let's just all stick together. Dude, that's the worst thing you could do, especially if you see a Hanzo's on that team, because if you pair a Hanzo with a Mei, or a Hanzo, a Mei, and a Zarya, you're screwed, because they will freeze your ass in that place with their ult. Zarya will keep you right in that place to be froze, or just keep you there, and then Hanzo unleashes, and you're screwed. Like, there's nothing you can do. And if you pair that with a Pharah at the same time, you just wipe that whole team if they decided to be in that one spot. So, it's pretty cool. And then on this spot right here, player icon, you get to see all the stuff that you've earned out of loot boxes or achievements. There's Diablo stuff in here too, or there's like event stuff, like the Japanese New Year stuff, or Halloween was in here. But yeah, pretty much all it is, and then you get to look at your highlights. So, the highlights are pretty cool to look at. Even if you didn't get play of the game, you get to see how well you really did. So, if you like that, guys, you can always come check me out at Jermz Live Gaming on YouTube. Working on doing other stuff. I've actually just posted to a couple people on Instagram, trying to get this all networked out and get out there so people know what I'm doing. I really like playing video games. I like introducing them to people and, learning myself. If I don't know something, I want to learn from other people. Like, honestly, I like Overwatch, but I like so many other games, and I have so many other games, but I love being the best at what I play. So when I get in here, I want to be able to come in with a team and just wreck, and it's just like, I played Destiny for a while. I still play Destiny. When I go into a match with people, like, I want to do raid, I want to be the best. So, like, just, I'm trying to introduce this to people, inform them, and, if I'm not informing you and you already know this stuff, hit me up and let's game. That's all that I can think to do, because everybody, needs a release, and to get together, just chill. So hit me up whenever you want. Remember, YouTube, Jermz, Jermz, live gaming. Hit me up, look at my stuff. If you ever want to get on a play, you got my stuff on YouTube. You can look up my gamer tag on PS4.